me and Luke are having something close at the moment, so I just can't do this shit anymore. Simple as that.
Are you there, Jack?
I can hear you, mate. Yeah, you've had way too many, haven't you? Oh Jesus Christ! Look at you, you wanker.
The last 5 minutes of his live stream.
Nothing is over.
Jack
Nothing.
trying to throw up.
My fucking arm.
It's a pleasure doing these with you, and I hope we can continue. And yeah, I look forward to next year.
For every mystery, someone, somewhere, knows the truth.
We'll be back with you after this short news break. Speaking of big names, fucking Luke. I know Luke's working on another one of his bullshit promo videos right now, so that should be fun.
What?
Should I keep your fucking phone in your hand? You're taking photos of me, cunt.
Alright.
Are you taking a fucking video? Oh, fuck. There's that. Still with your shit anymore. Simple as that. So you can stick around and enjoy some questions and some more. Wear clothes, yeah? You're rubbing up against your wet skin. I don't have much to say to you. Why are you ducking me? Oh, Luke. Friday. Like I said, there will be beers, and the way Luke's been playing this up, there probably will be blood too. Speaking of dickhead, and you shall appear. Luke Silver P has a question. Have you considered ASMR streams slow? I've fallen asleep at least 3 times during the stream. Then fuck off. That's all I have to say, mate. Just fuck off. I'll sort you out next week. I told you this. I'll sort you out. Luke. Final show of all time. If he decides to dress up again and just completely fuck the show. Hey everyone, how are we doing? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from, whenever you're watching from. I'm just sitting there watching those intros, and I kind of feel like I'm a bit too mean to Luke sometimes. You know, I sit there and I go, damn Jack, why do you say these horrible things about your friend? But then, you know, you watch the videos again and you see it's completely warranted. The man's a dickhead. The man's a pest. Yeah, love spending time with him. I love taking the piss out of him. It's just good stuff. Makes for great content. But hey everyone, how we doing? It's been a minute. Had a few things going on. I'm actually quite upset tonight too, to be honest. I've gone to set. I haven't been in here in a while. My fiance has been using this beautiful office as my beautiful office as her work office, and she's come in here. She's made an absolute mess. I don't know where anything is. I'm going to load up tonight, and she's taken the little USB port or USB hard drive to my mouse. So I'm mouseless tonight, and she broke the cover off it too. Like, the complete disrespect of my property is just it's heartbreaking, you know. Anyways, we won't let that get us down tonight. This one tonight is just gonna be chill. We ain't got no agenda, even though we hate using that word. There's nothing on. We're just here to talk a bit of shit. Talk about what's, anything that pops up. So as you know, the Unhinged, you've noticed it's called Unhinged Watered Down. It's because we're not actually drinking. I'm not. I don't know what that lunatic's been up to. I haven't seen him for a few hours, so I don't know what state he's in, whether he's dressed up or not. We don't know. So the Watered Down title might throw you off a little bit, but we'll see how we go. Anyways, just off the top, I promised a couple of friends of mine that I would plug a few of their things. So I'm going to bear with me a sec, guys. I'm quite horrible at these. Okay, I can share the screen here. I'll get more of a routine into this. Okay, sweet. So we've got a screen here. I'm going to come into here. First off, I want to give my my good mate, fellow SSB brother, the Convictor, Jason Farrar, a shout out. He is currently running a draw this in your style competition of his main character, the Convictor, and said love interest or possible love interest. We don't know. I'm just kind of going off of this big love heart in there, so it's a love interest. So we'll have a look at this. So these are the Convictor. Again, it's just this is draw this in your style competition. I'll start with that. We have some awesome prizes up for grabs, I'm pretty sure. Bear with me, guys. I am an absolute dickhead and don't know how to work this. We'll get in here. Just trying to find the main post that has the prizes and all that. Geez, sorry, Jason. This is a real fuck around. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to find it. It's live. Trying to find the initial post. There's a post that explains what the prizes you can. Oh, it might be this one. I don't know. I suck at this live video shit. I kind of feel like he's removed it. Pinned at the top, maybe. Oh, sweet. Here we go. Okay, sweet. All right, take two. So here we go. So the entries must include Conjure and the Convictor. They're the specifics. Of course, you got your resolution there. You must follow the Convictor as well, and you must use the hashtag, the special hashtag C+C_DTIYS. So there's that. So first place, entry uses a cover for a future Conjure project. Now, this is a pretty big deal because Jason, the Convictor, is pretty big in the indies at the moment. And those campaigns drag quite a few backers. So if you're a young or aspiring indie artist, this is the sort of thing where you can make your name. So regardless of the paid prizes or whatever, this could help get your name out there. It'd help get my name out there drawing this guy. So mad props to that. You run through. There's great prizes up for grabs. So check that out. And if you're not an artist and you want to contribute to this, you can always come up here and give Jason a like, give him a share his stuff. We appreciate that stuff in the indies. We, sometimes a share or a making a post about us is better than $100 pledge. So so we've got Jason's Draw This in Your Style competition running. I'll show you the guys first. This is probably my favorite indie character running around at the moment, the Convictor. Guy's awesome. If you haven't yet, get over to this this account, buy this book. We've got 2 books out at the moment. Buy both books. You will not be disappointed. This guy here is just like, I don't know, man, like if you took Spawn, the Punisher, and Batman, and they had a love child together, that's what you get. This is what you get here with the Convictor. He's such an awesome character. Awesome design, guys. It's just fantastic, right? So there's your Convictor there. That's what he looks like. And little inside running joke about this character is she's a bit of a simp trap. A couple of people out there might like her a little too much. We've got to remember she is a comic character and she has been drawn. So remember, okay. This here is Conjure. So this is the Convictor's love interest. So the Draw This in Your Style competition revolves around these two. Like I said, they must be in the picture together. Awesome prizes to be won. And look, if you do a submission to this competition, man, you'll get a good friend out of it as well, because Jason is dead set one of the best blokes you'll ever meet. He's like loyal to a T, and he's just a really good guy. So not only will you have the chance to get your name out there and have a good crack, there's a good chance you'll make a good friend as well. Like, can't speak highly enough of Jason and the Convictor. Like I said, I'm not just pissing in his pocket. The Convictor is my favorite, indie character out there at the moment. It's fantastic. Both books are fantastic. Sure, he's got another one on the way soon. You never know. But yeah, that's that one. I wanted to cover that off first, and I will come back to this as well at the end of the show to cap it off, because this is a really, really awesome competition he's got running at the moment, and his campaign is getting bigger and bigger every time he launches. So like I said, you can get this is a good chance to get your name out there, get your art on the front of the cover, or and in the book. It's just, and like I said, it's a leapfrog into a really good community and a good group of people. So good luck to everyone that wants to jump on that. Like I said, if not jumping on, give it a like, give it a share it around, and try and get as many artists on this as we can, because some of the fan art that's getting around on Instagram, just it's motivating. It's fantastic. The untapped talent pool on Instagram. Now, I'm telling you, could DC and Marvel could take a probably benefit them if they were to jump on Instagram and have a look at what some of these people are doing, DeviantArt and all that crap. So yeah, there it is. That's the one. Check that out. And secondly, speaking of fantastic people and absolute workhorses, not Michaels, who kicked my ass for calling Michaels, Christopher Michael over at Homebrew Comics. He's got an awesome little promotion running at the moment. So he's the creator of Crit. Crit has 6 books out at the moment. 6 books, right? Amazing, fantastic. It's based off of like it says here, based on a homebrew Dungeons and Dragons game. Like, I know there's a lot of D&D nerds out there that love that sort of shit, and it's amazing. Like, if you're a fan of D&D, you'll absolutely love this. This is fantastic. You check out his live streams, you can see how passionate the guy is. You can really see how much this project means to him. And he delves into it. He shows you and tells you how the game's made and how the comics are made, and it's just so good. And he has some amazing artists working for him as well. Like, he does the book himself, and I highly recommend that if you do dive into this series, get the books from one through all the way through. There is an issue 0, which I will get to in a minute because that's part of the promotion. But 1 through all the way through, and you can see how far this man's art has progressed, and you can just see how how fucking good this book is, right? And so yeah, just check it out. That's all I have to say about that. So we'll come through. We'll go to his if you go to his website, you can see it. Sorry, Chris, I fucked this. I was supposed to do a click and I'm supposed to go through and be really good. So come to the homepage and bang, right off the top, download the first issue free. Click on that. We come through and there it is. Crit issue 0, character sheets, digital. It's for free at the moment, the digital version. I'm telling you, you'll read that and you'll get hooked. It's an amazing read. It's really good. And the prices of these things are they're unreal. Like 99 cents for a digital version of this book. He's not here to make money, man. He's here to get his project out there. And they're the type of projects you want to be getting behind. Yeah, not money grabbers, like passion projects, because the shit comes from the heart and you know it's quality. So yeah, check that out. Crit issue 0, character sheets, available for download. We'll even do it now. We'll see how dead set easy this is. Click on it. Add to cart. View cart. You watch this. This will fuck up bad. I'm trying to make it look real easy and shit. Check it out. Come through. Right, so I'm not going to show you guys my email or anything like that, but it's as simple as that. You punch in your email, first name, last name, phone number, bang, punch it all through, and then you got yourself a free comic book. Piece of piss. Great book, great concept, great company, and an even better bloke running it. So check that out. They're the two things I need to plug off the top. I will come back to them at the end of the show. But yeah, we got draw. This is one for the artists over here. And this is one for the comic readers over here. I'll go back to here so people can see. So, yeah, that's where we are at right now with promotion. I'm going to hit the stop screen button. Get my fat, ugly mug back up here. Now, I know people don't tune into the show to hear me rattle on shit. Most people don't even like me, and I don't give a fuck. Oh, by the way, yeah, rocking the Crit shirt as well. Great merchandise over at Homebrew Comics. But anyway, I know a lot of people tune into this show to see the man, the myth, the legend. I've just rambled for 17 minutes now, so I think it's time that we bring in the man of the show, the man of the hour. The reason you guys all tune in, let's hope that he's fully dressed at least, although it is a Friday night here right now. And I last saw this man about 4 hours ago, 4.5 hours ago. A lot can happen between now and then. So I'm going to play Luke's intro, and then you're going to see him. So, fingers crossed that wearing clothes, eh?
Ah, Mr. Sloan. Welcome.
No, we're actually a bit at odds at the moment. Me and Luke are at each other's throats at the moment, so I just can't deal with your shit anymore.
Ah, you talk like a younger man, with nothing held back. Admirable, but mistaken.
He's a weird specimen.
He weirded my wife out.
He weirded my sister out, for fuck's sake.
Impossible.
Last episode was just go fund me for getting mental health. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
Look, he's a rare specimen, and
Ah, you think Instagram is your ally?
You do.
I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see TikTok until I was already a man.
Because it'll go to alcohol.
Yeah.
Yes, brother. The fire rises.
We'll recap what we've been talking about.
What are you doing? Yeah, go for it, Nathan. Give him a rundown. What are you doing?
Torture, but not on your body, on your internet connection.
See if we can hear him this time.
Come back. You're on.
Impossible. No one can broadcast from Jason's house. I'm coming for you, Jack. You'll just have to imagine my pants.
I'm just going to go ahead and say, man, you really missed your calling, eh? You should have been in, like, in film or some shit, man. Like, that was gripping, man. That was gripping stuff.
Whoever did that intro was an amateur. I'm the real deal, dog.
Oh, shit. You're dropping dogs on me now. So are you off camera for a reason? Like, are you putting clothes on, or what's happening? Like,
there ain't no clothes. There ain't no clothes.
Oh, shit. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm free balling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Might I also say that I too support Cuban Deathstroke and Mexican Venom in the indie comic scene. Convicta and Grimmel, great characters, and I just hope no one holds their nationality against them.
Because we don't do that here. We don't do that. No, we don't fuck with that, do we, mate? Nah.
No. Yeah, Mexican Venom is a stalwart of the indie comic scene, and I hope you see more.
Man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got really cut when that comic came through. Like I'm sitting on a character. I'm like, oh, this is it. This is my you know. It hurt. G'day, mate. How you going? No, man, that hurt when that comic came through as well. I was like, I'm sitting there going, well, fucking Mexican. What the fuck? Where's the Mexican come from? Like, he's a big grey monster. I'm thinking like, oh, okay. I'm just thinking that guy was projecting his Mexican hate. I think that's what was happening there. Like, I think he just generally didn't like Mexicans, and I was just like,
damn. A lot like my rants about women when I get drunk.
Yeah, we don't do that here, man. We don't. I don't know what it is with you, man. I don't know what it is with you. You need to find a woman. You need a woman in your life. Look at you. Look at you.
I know. Who wouldn't want a piece of this?
Oh no, yeah. I say it all the time, man. I say it. You are what peak male performance looks like. You're the male form should look like, mate. I'm jealous of it. How do you do it?
Oh, I wake up like this.
Yeah. Piss excellence and shit success, don't you, mate? So what's been happening, mate? What you doing?
Yeah, just chilling out, the usual. But,
just the usual.
Keeping up with the latest comics and all that. Maybe not the latest movies, but
yeah, I haven't been. I've been like, there's a couple of movies, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll go see it. But I just there ain't no. Yeah, there's nothing out there dragging me to the cinema anymore. You know what I mean? There's nothing decent out there. You know, I'm waiting for the next Braveheart to come along.
Yeah, we need a new one of those.
Yeah, not a remake. No, not a remake. Don't remake movies. I need another decent movie.
Yeah, it's something in that mold. Like, yeah.
100%. So what comics you been reading, mate? What the comics? What do you got?
Yeah, a few indie scenes. I just finished this gem a few minutes ago, eh?
What, this one?
Oh.
That's a good book, isn't it? A very good book.
Yeah. You know what I like? I like how the human has a dog name and the dog has a human name.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, like, I'm not going to comment on that because Dennis is a real good fucking friend of mine. He's taking a piss right now, so...
Hey, can I also say, before we go any further, I support Filipino Dr. Fate.
Bro, you're on a fucking mission tonight, aren't you? You're just not happy. You're just not going to stop you pissed everyone off, eh? Jesus Christ!
I'll see you.
Unhinged, watered down. You're more unhinged sober than you are pissed.
Don't worry, I'll see it in. I'll never see it. No one's watching.
No one's watching. No one will watch this either. No one will know. This is just me and you talking shit.
That's it.
Yeah, That's all right. It doesn't matter though. Oh, well, you get that in the big jobs, don't you, Luke?
Oh, I don't think I'll be getting my PDF for the the next indie comic I back, Celestial Knight 2, maybe.
No, I don't think you'll get anything. I think your pledge will just be like, oh, no, you pledged, did you? Oh,
Yeah,
fuck you.
refunded.
Yeah, refunded. Fuck you. Now, what did you think about that part? Because I think Dennis done an amazing job on this book, man. Like the art is. I mean, like I've been seeing like Dennis's art for a while now, ever since I popped onto like Instagram and the indie scene when COVID first hit, and he just has that style now. When you see a Dennis Valencia piece, you just know it's his sort of thing. He's got that signature style now. Yeah, I'm reading it, man, and it's fantastic, man. He's done such a good job on it. Like it's like Pacific Rim meets Superman. It's just fucking awesome. So what do you think of it?
I will say this: his metal rendering is
yes. Oh yeah. No, you really do see it. Yeah, the shine on the armor. Like he does glow away.
Yeah, like that's insane. I was looking at the trading cards as well. You can tell which ones, Oh,
that was for me, wasn't it, mate? That was for me, eh?
Which one's his? You can definitely tell. Yeah, superior, metal rendering, and it's really good. It's a well designed character. I like it.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I remember when Dennis first showed me. I was like, I didn't even know the premise of the character or anything like that. But I just took one look at him. I'm like, oh fuck! I think we got like a Superman here, like the Superman type character. You can just tell he's just got that presence about him, and the like you said, the design it's fantastic. And honestly, I'm not a big baseball fan and all that shit, but I'll use a Todd McFarlane reference here. I think he hit a home run with this, the first one. It's a really, really good book, good introduction to the character. You've got backstory, which doesn't. I find when people are trying to do origin stories, you kind of, it's just like piece to piece to piece to piece sort of thing. He was able to, start with like a flashback, which worked into the origin, which worked in the present day. Like he done a really good job of it. He's got a really good knowledge of comic books, and it left. You saw your big fight, your big awesome fight, and then you got more backstory, flashbacks during the fight. And then you got the big climax, which ended with a big cliffhanger, and like left you wanting more. Honestly, I genuinely consider that a home run on your first outing. Anyway, it's great. Yeah,
the banter between him and the dog was pretty amusing as well.
100%, yeah, definitely. I even liked how there's a page in here as well. I thought it was fucking epic, where I think the kaiju gets the better of him, and then he has like a little flashback scene. And then he gets up, and then he puts in the bottom corner, Wu-Tang Clan, ain't nothing to mess with. Like that's the music that's playing. Like this motherfucker put a fucking movie into a book. Like you seen him come back. Like that this is the comeback scene. He whacked the music in there. I'm like, that's awesome. Yeah. I've never seen that done in a comic book before. So I like that. That's a good touch. That's a Dennis Valencia signature there.
Because it's almost like you're hearing it in your head when you see it on the page, and it's like, okay, this is the music cue, and it's like, ooh, that not the fuck with it.
Yeah,
and then he just takes off.
This is it. Yeah. This is the comeback scene. He does
it's like there, X gonna give it to you in Daredevil and shit.
100%. That's exactly
Deadpool.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought of.
Yeah,
it's exactly what I thought of. Now, I resonated with that hard because when I do my comic books, a lot of my not a lot, all of it plays out in my head like a movie. Like I imagine it as a movie, and then I bring it back from that. And a lot of scenes I come up with and stuff like that, it's just from music I listen to while I'm at work or whatever I'm doing. Like I hear a song and I think, wouldn't it be cool if Colt was doing this during this, or wouldn't it be cool if Grimmel was doing this, or this song was playing when you know, and like that's how I kind of do things, and I base my big moments around like those songs and shit. So when I come across that, and I'm like, yeah, it's come back, like it's straight up move, like with the song title and that, I'm like, yeah, all right, shit's about to go down. CK's about to bust some fucking head. Like you've done so well, man. Like that, it's a great book. I'm gonna give it a quick plug as well. Like I said, the Celestial Night. Bang, done by Dennis Valencia. It's
how good's that back cover too? Like,
it's so this is he loves his Virgin variants, which is fair.
Yeah.
But then he whacked that on the back too. I'm like, Jesus, that's a fucking great cover in itself.
That's like a movie poster or something like that. That's pretty
100%.
cool.
It does look like something that'd be hanging on the side of the Hoyts or something, eh? Just
Yeah.
going to watch. Yeah, so this is the Celestial Night by Dennis Valencia of Slate Comics. You can see it in there, the front page. Give it a head over, check him out. I'll try and get up his Instagram page now for people to see. We ain't no professionals yet, but no, like I said, no one's watching anyway.
Hey, I was watching those old promos. And your camera setup's improved considerably.
Yeah, well, I've actually went out and bought a proper webcam and all that shit. I'm not running off my phone anymore, So it's like, pretty cool. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to share Dennis's page now with everybody so they can see. No, we don't want to share our ugly heads. We want to share Dennis's page. Bang, throw us to the side. And yeah, this is Dennis's page here. As you can see, the Celestial Night all up and down here. An amazing artist. He's a... like I said, I'm fucking shocked at this. I'm pretty sure I'm lost half his page. But anyway, yeah, Dennis, he works with us over at Slate Comics at my company, or our company. And he has the Celestial Night there. That's his flagship character, the Celestial Knight. Basically, like I said, our Superman, he's just fucking awesome. You got that. He also works, we can't forget this as well, Dennis. Dennis was originally worked for Jason over at the Pharaohs Creative Studios. That's the Convictor. So head over to this page here, give him a like, give him a follow, and hit him up for one of these books because it's an awesome book. It's a really good, thick book. It's a good read. Dennis's first outing doing sequential art, and he nailed it. So, head over and check Dennis out. Great job. Luke, over to you, my friend.
You know what I was thinking? He's got he works for the CGC, right?
I'm pretty sure he does, because he's always slapping books and shit. I'm pretty sure he does, yeah.
Yeah, he's got to introduce the CGC to his Kickstarter.
He definitely should. He just done a CGC for Jason of the Convictor, so that was pretty fucking awesome. I don't know whether he does it himself or he has an inside man or he.
Nah, there's probably rules about grading your own books or something like that, or grading someone else's books, But he's probably got the inside track. But that'd be an interesting thing, like a CGC thing. But I suppose you'd have to invest $250 per pop to slap it. It's like.
People will pay for it. People will pay for it. I've seen crazier tiers on Kickstarters. I've seen crazier ones for lesser known people as well. So if he does his marketing right, or if I fucking do my marketing right as well and help him out, and the rest of the SSB boys always chip in anyway. We can market it right, then he sure as shit should be able to. I think he cracked something like over 100 backers this time around anyway. So he's well established. So he can get it done if he wants to. But that is a good idea. I might pitch it to him and say it was my idea. Fuck you.
You can get me a finder's fee of my cover of Colt CGC.
I'll get you fuck all, mate. You get you up yours. Oh shit. But guys, check Dennis out. Amazing artist, amazing friend, and great colleague. So Celestial Night. I'll pop it up one more time. fucking great book. Like I said, it's a decent book. It's a decent read. It's yeah, and like I said, I think you'll fall in love with his style too, because it's when I say it's Dennis Valencia style, you'll understand what I mean. Like it's unique and it's fucking awesome, and he's got a really cool ad book in the bag. He likes to put ads in there as well, and they're fucking fantastic. I love them. They're so good. So yeah, just get that book. Go and see Dennis, or don't see him, but hit him up on Instagram at dr.valencia.designs. Shoot him a
Dr.
message
V.
and I'm Dr. V. Dr. V. Dr. VD. Dr. VD.
Yeah. Oh shit! That's a venereal
whoa,
disease.
shit.
Don't
shit.
say that.
Yeah. Fuck. My bad.
You're playing Russian roulette with you, dick.
Head over, check Dennis out, get yourself a copy of the Celestial Knight. You will not be disappointed. And he also just announced that book too is underway as well. So you won't be waiting too long for the next book. So get over there, check that out. The Slate Comics website is going back up this weekend. It's just under a bit of maintenance at the moment, and you'll be able to get all the details and all that from the website. You'll be able to access Dennis's stuff. You'll be able to access Colt. You'll be able to access not the other book, but you'll be able to access them two books straight up. So and catch up all the latest news happening at Slate Comics. Like I said, straight off the top, you'll see that Dennis has announced that CK2 is under production right now. He's working through that at the moment as we speak, because the man does not sleep. So yeah, he'll be running through that. He's doing that. You'll also stay tuned for a really cool announcement from myself about my next book too. That'll be coming in the next couple of days as well. So the website will be up and running by the end of the weekend. Like I said, it's under maintenance at the moment. We've had to go through a few internal things at Slate Comics, and we're working through them at the moment. But yeah, website will be up and running. Cool new merchandise will be up as well. More Celestial Knight and Cult and Omen stuff will be up there for you to get your hands on. Yeah, so that's happening. Luke,
Do it.
over to you.
Do it now.
Yeah, too busy talking to you at the moment. I can't do it now. So what else, apart from the Celestial Knight, have you been reading or watching or doing, man? Fucking, you can lead this show.
Yeah, just keeping up with a few other indie, well, not just indie books, but regular mainstream books as well. The Deadly Duo, Batman.
Oh yes, this is the Mark Silvestri book we've all been waiting for, isn't it?
Yeah, this is fair dinkum one of the best drawn books I've seen in a while. Like, it's insane. They have black and white pages of Silvestri's at the end of the book, and I'm telling you, I can't wait for an artist's edition of this. An artist's edition would be insane. I'd get it straight away. Yeah, apparently he spent 6 years, or maybe even more, maybe 8 years on this, working on this since like 2014. The art is amazing. Like, I would get it for the art alone, and the story looks like it's going in an interesting place as well. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Fucking, you got an OG image, OG image lad there doing work. You buy the book for, reputation itself. But I've been, seeing him post this sort of shit on Instagram for a couple of years now. You see the odd Batman or Joker drawing, wondering what the hell it was. And then they made the announcement earlier on in the year that it was coming. And I was like, it all kind of added up. But then after the announcement was made, he started sharing more and more on his Instagram. And I believe that he was, that he'd been drawing it for 6-7 years or whatever it was, because the amount of fucking detail that went into those pages and how fantastically drawn it was. Like, I haven't got a copy of it yet. I'm kind of jealous that you do. But, this is one of those books, I think, one of those, Three Jokers or, Injustice comics. You just have to read it. I think you just got to get your hands on it somehow and give it a read and buy multiple copies. because everybody knows that the speculation market's going to boom and all that crap. Don't worry, it's going to happen.
Oh,
It's gonna
man,
happen.
I want some of those top tier variant covers, eh? But I think I'm a few paychecks short at the moment. So
Yeah, we were going through that lunch today when I was looking at that the chromium signed cyber frog. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get my hands on this. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't have the money, you dickhead. But talking about those couple of those top end variants. We'll come back to the Batman and the Joker one, but the Batman and the Spawn ones.
yeah,
there's a couple of them that are limited edition. Man, I would drop $1,000 on easy. Not even thought.
There's a couple. There's one in 666.
That's the Jim Lee one, isn't it?
Oh, that's the one in 250 variant, the Jim Lee one. That's going for about $150 right now, I think.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I'd get on that before that goes.
Yeah, 100%.
But the Capullo and McFarlane black and white variants, one in 666, and then there's a split screen Capullo McFarlane variant. That's 1 in 1,000 apparently. Like, yeah.
See what? Todd knows how to market shit, doesn't he?
That's going for about $3,500 at the moment, pre-sale. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. That's Australian dollars, so more like $2,000 US.
Still, that's crazy amount for a comic book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck,
That's insane.
Todd McFarlane come and read it to you, does he? Jesus Christ.
yeah. You'd want him for that price, wouldn't you?
Yeah, for that price, you want him to fucking come and make you a sandwich too. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. Wow. So you wouldn't open them, would you? You'd just have to straight up slab them, wouldn't you? Just straight up slab them.
It's pure collector's item. Like if you want to get your read copy, get a Faybox variant or something.
Yeah, just get it. And them covers, them covers are legit anyway. Jason Fable's doing it. Fucking hell, like it's going to be a decent cover.
That's like 1 in 25, and that's one of the best looking covers.
100%. Yeah. See.
Yeah.
No,
but
honestly, Jesus, comic books are dying.
Honestly,
wow.
The hype for that was just massively eclipsed by as soon as I saw that Silvestri art on his miniseries, and I was like, "This is the series I'm more interested in." Like, I love Batman Spawn, but I really want to see where he takes this in Deadly Duo. It's like we've seen the dynamic of Batman and Joker working together before. I think it was Scott Snyder's Last Night on Earth, the alternate future history thing. And we've seen it a couple of times, like in various Elseworlds and What Ifs and all that. But it'll be interesting when like the main universe Batman or whatever is essentially working with the Joker, But I've heard tell that it's not the main universe. Silvestri's establishing a sort of like a Silvestri verse, like Sean Gordon Murphy did with the White Knight series.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting, I suppose. One of the most impressive parts of the book is how Gotham looks, like the Gothic sort of mood and architecture and all that. Like you can tell this guy's spent an insane amount of time on it. Like, blows your mind.
Yeah, like you got that mad Tim Burton-y sort of fucking the Gotham feel to it, like that mad. Yeah, it's like you couldn't pinpoint it at any other place in the world, Like Gotham is its own thing, and I think a lot of artists, like modern artists, fail to capture that. But so that's what I think, like, why the book would be so successful is you got like an OG on it. He didn't have to come back to it. This guy actually wants to do this book and all that sort of shit. And like you said, I'm with you. I'm kind of keen to see where he takes it because Silvestri don't do shit half-assed, and it would be good to have a fresh, pure. And when I say pure, we speak about this all the time. There won't be I hope not. I don't think there'll be any, like politically agenda-driven bullshit in it. I think we've just got a guy here that's like, all right, I'm going to do Batman the way I think Batman should be done. And this is like a comic legend, you know what I mean? Comes from the day when comic books, were comic books, they were, what made them great. So I am very genuinely interested to see I kind of hope that he continues on with it. It's not just a small little, like a one-off, like a one-shot. I really want to see this roll on. I want to see his version of the Penguin and like Batman's interaction with Penguin and Two-Face. And shit, I reckon he'd draw a Mad Killer Croc as well. Like, I'd like to see him, his universe, like his take on it. And I think it's let's put it this way. I haven't bought a mainstream comic in a long time, but I'm going to go out and buy this book because I have a good feeling that I think it is just genuinely going to be a great comic book, a good Batman comic, and a new take as well, like a new take, and one that doesn't have him, the acting the way he has been in the comics recently, of all the bullshit
under Tom King.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a good raw story here, and it's a bold start too. Batman and the Joker teaming up. That's a fucking very bold, a good bold stance. There must be some serious shit going on in Gotham for them two to be willingly teaming up. So
it's a very cool setup.
Yeah. Have you read the book yet yourself, or you haven't cracked it yet?
No, I've read it. It's good, and it's a good establishing issue. Like it establishes the dynamic between Batman and the police, how he's viewed in Gotham. It's not just Batman like being mates with Jim Gordon. It's like him and Harvey Bullock have kind of almost understanding, but it shows that there are a lot of sort of corrupt, sort of maybe. Like city officials and maybe police officers as well,
Yeah, he's really setting the scene on it, like really laying a fucking good foundation to work off of.
Yeah, he established the mood very well, and that's the main thing I took away from this book is the mood. Like it's, like he really gets into Batman and Gotham as like a character, and Batman almost like being part of the city, it's great stuff.
I tell you what, man, it really is shaping up to be the year of the Batman, isn't it? Like, for fuck, the kicking off the year with the Batman, the movie, which I think was, regardless of what people think, I think it was a genuinely fucking really good movie. It was like this Silvestri book. It was a different take on Batman, something we haven't seen. We've never seen it. It was a straight up detective movie, and I really liked that. I thought that was really good. It wasn't just and take nothing away from it. Everyone knows that watches these streams. Anyone that knows me knows that my favorite Batman's Ben Affleck. The brute, the rumble tumble guy. But it was really good to see like a genuine. It was a detective movie, and it was really good. Like I say, it's the year of Batman. Not always good, like with the passing of Kevin Conroy and these things happen. It is what it is, but. We've got the Batman and Spawn book coming out. We just, like I said, we just had that new Silvestri book drop. Is that a monthly or is that a quarterly or?
I think it's a 6-issue miniseries, and I think I'd say if it started dropping, he's finished it, and it's just gonna keep releasing like monthly probably. It depends on how long DC want to stagger the releases, but yeah, I'd say there's only one reason it started dropping, and that's because he must have finished it. Like I can't see why they would start dropping it when he hasn't completed the whole series, especially if he's been working on it for this long. Yeah.
So look, on the Silvestri thing and the DC at the moment, I've got a bit of a topic I want to run by you as well. I want to get your thoughts on this because you're more clued into this than I am. So a couple months ago that David Zaslav took over WB and all that, and in sync, DC's attached to all that, and he started cutting and all that sort of shit with the movies and whatnot. One thing I've noticed since that time as well, in all those recent weeks, is a bit of an emergence and a resurgence in the comics. So when I say that, I mean like the two comics we've just spoken about, the Silvestri book and the Batman and Spawn books. There's some things you never thought you'd really see in today's day and age, with the whole, comics are dying and all that sort of shit. But at the same time, you look over at, Silvestri's just done the Batman and Spawn, the Batman and the Joker. So it makes you think like, oh yeah, DC is starting to listen to their customers. They can bring in legends back. They're doing this and that. But on the other hand, you've got Silvestri's company Top Cow doing a talent hunt at the same time. What do you think's happening there? Do you think comics as a whole is resurging, or do you think that Silvestri was in the doors at DC? He might have seen how fucked it is, and he's going back to his company, Top Cow, and going, let's get some fucking talent in here. Let's get some talent in here. We're gonna mess these guys. We're gonna fucking do them in. Well, what do you think? Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether you've got because the Image Boys are getting around. They're doing their thing. Like Todd's come over, all this and that. Everyone's kind of getting around, trying to, I don't know whether they're trying to, put some fire wind under the sails, or they're getting in there to go see how fucked up the joint is, whether they can move in or whatever. I'm torn. I don't know what's going on or what I think's going on. So what do you think's going on in that situation? I'd love to hear what you think.
Yeah, you hear the Image Boys making a bit of a ruckus recently. There's rumours that Todd would take over DC by the end of the year. It's kind of been lukewarm on the hype there. Like, that's kind of scaled back since we haven't heard anything since the Spawn Batman crossover. Mm-hmm. But I think that will ramp up once it's released. I think Spawn Batman comes out next week. A couple of the other
Keen
guys have been
making, by the way, as well. Keen as hell for that book as well, by the way. I just have to throw that out there.
Yeah, I should put in my pre-order now, because you probably will watch those fly off the shelves,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they will.
Yeah, you won't get another chance. And, you've seen the other guys. Jim Lee's obviously, still co-publisher at DC. And
I don't know what he's doing there. I don't know what's going on. He's there, but he's not there,
Yeah. I found it very interesting that he was on the panel with Todd when they announced that, and it was almost like a welcome, an unofficial welcome to DC sort of thing.
That's what I got as well. It was like a in you come, you're here now. It was almost like he was raising the hand of the savior. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like to me. It's like, this guy's coming in. He's gonna fucking save it all. He's gonna be our hero. So that's what I got from it.
Yeah, but what does saving mean though? You might save the comics themselves, but as far as DC as a publisher, I'm not sure. I think that might turn into a licensing office essentially, where those characters are licensed out to other sort of publishers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but I think when one of the big two is healthy, like Marvel or DC, both will be healthy because
100%. Yeah, it's symbiotic, isn't it? It's a very symbiotic relationship. They go against each other. They say that they go against each other all the time, but if one's going well, then the other one's usually riding off the coattails, eh?
Yeah, well, you've got one company who's hiring Tumblr level artists. And you've got another company that's putting out Batman books with two of the original Image founders. It's like
I will on that comment. I will say that some of the Marvel art it's It's like they're not even trying anymore. I will give props to DC. You know, their art, I can't really fault, you know, their art. I've always, like, if anything, I probably always preferred the DC books. I just think that the art in them, I just think they've always had a, regardless of all the politics and bullshit, I think they've always kind of held a standard on their art, and they've never really let it, you know, on their main titles anyway. Like, I've seen a couple of Spider-Man books like now that, like, you know, I could fucking, and I'm not by saying that I'm a great artist or anything, but I can replicate some of the shit just doodling away at lunchtime. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I will say that at least if there is a fucking fight going on, I will say probably DC is the one throwing the punches at the moment. Fucking Marvel just sitting in the corner waiting to see what's going on, riding off the coattails of fucking, you know, that movie in the background. You know, the movies. That's what they're doing. I don't even think that they consider themselves a comic company anymore. To be honest, I don't.
No, the comics are like subsidiaries. They're more like parasites leeching off the film sort of money. Like it's like we can survive always because we always have the film, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
But I don't think that'll cut it at DC anymore. Like like that company is seriously in debt. The parent company, and old mate, our favorite Bond villain Zaslav is he's looking to make a few cuts, I think. And,
he's got the fucking gurney out. He's pressure washing. He's cleaning the shit out of there. He's got the pressure washer.
Yeah,
he's fucking going through.
Yeah, cutting unnecessary costs, and you know, DC Comics would probably function better as a licensing department than a publisher. It'll probably make more money long term for the company and less cost expenditure. You know, but
you know what? You're probably right. That's probably what happened. They probably leaked to Jim Lee saying, "Yeah, you cunts are done." Oh, sorry for using that word on YouTube. you guys are done. Like, you're fucking done. And maybe Jim's gone to his friends and gone, "Oh, guys, they're gonna fucking shut us down. You know, we're done. Batman comics are done." And maybe, you know, Todd, they're going, "Oh, whoa. It's not fucking happening. You know, no way. Because they don't like the company themselves. They love the characters. It's the reason that they're there, right? And, you know, just say that you're a legend of the industry yourself, Luke. If the CEO came to you, you're fine, bro. You got Spawn. You're good. You don't need shit. And he's come up to you and said, "Batman's dead. It's over. Comics are done." Are you not going to go, "Hang on, I'll do a book. Let me do a book. Let's see if we can rustle some cash. Hang on, I'll give Jack a call. I'll see if he wants to do a book as well. No worries. I'm sure he's got a good story." You think that could be what happened?
Hang on, this could affect my toy business.
Honestly, probably from Todd's perspective, it's like, I'm already doing their toys. I might as well fucking go in there and do a book and all that sort of shit. But it's weird because it's not happening at Marvel. It's like they just don't give a shit. At least DC, like I said, props to DC. They're actually putting up a fucking fight. And I even heard a rumor a couple months ago. You know about this as well. There was a rumor going around that they were even looking to get Ethan Van Sciver back to do Green Lantern again. Jeez. He said that on his. He said it was like, "Oh, they might have asked me," sort of thing. But I think, you know, blowing up his coattails, sort of thing. I think that they probably did. They probably said, "Would you come?" This is all around the same time. Like, you got to take, like, when we saw that stream, you take it right way back. That was probably in the same negotiations with Silvestri to do his Batman and Joker book, the same time as Todd and Capullo doing the fucking Spawn and Batman book. Who's to say that they didn't ask Ethan to come and do the Flash or Green Lantern? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're probably looking at a full line relaunch, you know, and they probably want the artist that made it happen for Green Lantern last time, like
which was Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah, because him and Jeff Johns essentially are the reason that Green Lantern had a movie. They revitalized that character, you know. That character was C-tier character that was almost forgotten by the time
Basically a piss tape.
entered.
Whenever he popped up in a comic book, he was a piss tape, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Well, you had Kyle Rayner who got the ring when he was in an alley pissing against the wall. You know, like, and so they brought back. Well, not the OG, but the OG core member, Hal, and undid all his bullshit from the 90s, which turned him into a villain, and essentially revitalized the brand. And I remember reading like around the time this happened, and it was Green Lantern everywhere. It was Sinestro Corps War. It was Blackest Night. It was Brightest Day. Like everyone, Green Lantern was the number one book. You know, like So those two guys are a big part of why that even got a movie to begin with. Say what you will about the quality of that movie and how it turned out, but yeah,
they shot their shot and then they missed. But you know, that's what we were talking about the books and that. But you know, like like I kind of lost my train of thought there. But it just generally seems like DC are putting up a fight in some places. I don't know whether it's just so they can stay afloat and then just go straight back to pushing their bullshit that they've been pushing in the comic books, you know, all the SJW nonsense and all that, or whether this bloke coming in is going, right, and this would be my business mold as well. We're here to make this, not please a couple of, you know, fucking people, or, you know, the minority. And this is the beginning of a resurgence from DC. Like I can just, I can't see like Ethan Van Sciver coming back to do a Green Lantern or a Shane Davis coming back to do Superman or anything like that. I can't see that, but I can see, or you're already seeing Silvestri come back and have a crack, and you can see you've seen Todd's thrown his foot back in the ring. Shit, you might even see Jim come out and do a book or something, get off his fucking high horse and come back and do some sequential artwork. You know, like I can see there's some fight there.
He does need to do another Hush like kind of thing. Like it's been too long since he's had a monthly book out on the market. You know, and obviously at his age he probably doesn't want to do that. But you know,
no, he's done his time in the trenches and all that. But
yeah, he's enjoying his nice like cushy corporate job. But I'd if I were the big wigs, I'd say, look, keep your corporate job, but while you're sitting in your chair, pencil a page a week, you know, and maybe we'll have a Batman book by the end of the year or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
But you won't get.
Sorry, you're still talking, man. Go.
Oh no, sorry.
No.
But you won't get any of the big indie guys back because they're making too much money by themselves, and you know who's going to give up being their own boss? No one's going to do that.
Reason they left in the first place.
Yeah.
On that comment, if I was, I'd probably be doing the same thing. I'd be saying to Jim, I'd be like, you keep your job, but maybe pop back down into the trenches for a little bit and whip these fuckers into shape, sort of thing. You know, like show them how it's done. You know, show them. Give them some bullshit. Show them that this is how we do it, DC. You know, that sort of thing. Get Todd down there in there with you as well. You know, like just they're putting up a fight. It's good to see. But yeah, they've got to make a few more changes, I think. And like you said, they need. What was their last big book? It was Injustice, wasn't it? That was the last big one they had. Well, I know Three Jokers was like, but that was like a mini series. I'm talking like a genuine running comic book.
Yeah. Injustice was kind of a surprise. I think, like how popular it became, like out of nowhere. Like it just kind of, it's like, oh, okay, there's actually some meat on the bones of this story that happens to be based off a video game. You know, like, and we're gonna. It was like mostly a digital title, and it was released in like 10-page increments. But I think it was one of their like most popular digital market titles, and it kind of got people to sort of take an interest in the digital side of things rather than the physical copy. Yeah, but like I suppose in terms of hits, like you obviously mentioned Three Jokers, but you've had Sean Gordon Murphy doing his White Knight stuff, and
true, yeah.
He's had three consecutive series of that. First there was the White Knight, the Curse of the White Knight, then there was White Knight Beyond, basically. And it's essentially just remixes of pre-existing Batman history, but there's definitely a market for it, and he seems to at least respect the need for coolness as far as Batman goes.
Yeah,
he clearly has a niche where he likes drawing vehicles. So you see all the different type of Batmobiles, that, and a lot of technical drawing, but it looks cool. It's a cool book to flip through. But most of their hits have been Batman centric, but except for the main title, Batman, really, which can sometimes drop down to like 20th spot, and
which shouldn't, eh?
No.
That's one book that should always be in the top 10 every fucking week.
Yeah.
I bet you that's I haven't read it, but I can guarantee it's because of all the political bullshit that's in it, all the the SJW shit.
Oh, I think that's just a symptom, but I think it's also laziness and people who aren't passionate about the character, and they view comics as a stepping stone and to something else, and it's like, hey, you've got to have integrity for the job you're doing, sort of thing. And
I think that's the problem. You just hit the nail on the head. You get a lot of fucking people going in using it as a stepping stone. Whereas you're looking at these legends, like the legends we've just mentioned, Silvestri to McFarlane, that was it for them. That was it. Working on Batman, like they were like, this is it. I've done it. Whereas people are like, oh yeah, I'll work on Batman for a bit until I can get some sort of other fucking job. But like, I think that's the problem with comics at the moment. You got people using, like, you don't understand. Like, you're working on a Batman book. You're working on what a lot of people think is the greatest, comic book character ever created. Like, that's the grand final. That's it. This is the grand final, bro. You've won the grand final. It's up to you how long you want to hold the fucking trophy, And
you're like the caretakers of these characters, sort of thing. Like,
100%.
You got to leave them better than when you came in. A lot of people like to put their final stamp on something, and in the process, they like to deconstruct and sort of destroy the thing. And like, there's all the pieces are left on the floor for the next person who comes along to pick up, rather than leaving a nice clean slate where the character's better than when you came in, sort of thing.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah, and you haven't you haven't seen that as of late from like at least the mainline titles anyway.
No.
Yeah.
I think they do know it. I think they like if I'm running that company, I'm sitting down and I'm going, all right, we need an event. We need an event book. We need an Injustice or a Civil War or something. And I'd be using that as a Kickstarter to launch going forward. Like you got to go through with the broom, and you got to get rid of people that don't want to fucking be there, because it's at that stage now where it doesn't need to be like, they're not making fucking money anyway, right? So instead of, hiring 1 million people and sending out 1 million fucking books, I'd be bringing it back, and I'd be going, right, we'll pick 20, 30, 40 characters. We're going to do these books. We've got 30, 40 teams working on these 30, 40 books or whatever. And you pick the right people for the job. You get the big wigs in there to create the event book at the beginning of the year or whenever the fuck you want to do it. You got your big event. and then bang, we go from there. It doesn't necessarily need to be a restart. We don't need to do origin stories or anything like that. You gotta move forward because they're in a delicate stage now. Like you see a lot of things going on. You see that these guys are coming back and they're doing books. I don't think it's a good thing. I think it might be a very fucking bad thing. I think this might be like a last ditch effort at keeping them afloat. Because, like you said, you got that bloke in there, Mr. Our Bond Dylan. He's in there fucking cutting costs and shit. And like you said, the comic books they're not selling like they used to. So, like, as good, as beautiful as they are, and how much people love them and all that, I think you're right. I think that there might be, it might become a licensing or something. They might just shut down DC Comics. It might be over. So, yeah,
I think they should like reorient to I don't know. Like mini-series and graphic novels and such, because the continuity is already loose as it is. You know, every few years they have a crisis. You know, where everything gets wiped clean and
a universal shake-up. Yeah,
and they go, "This is it. All your favorite characters, you know, they're back, and it's a fresh start." And then you slowly see it just fucking nosedive, like Rebirth. I think Jeff Johns came on in 2016 to like try and reorient the universe after New 52, and basically all his work was pretty much undone at the same time he was doing it by the then publisher. The then co-publisher, Dan DiDio, I think, and he ended up getting the flick, you know. But yeah, like someone like Jeff Johns has an encyclopedic knowledge of these characters, and at the moment, I think he's doing just a side JSA book, and I'm like, he should have been running the company like for at least a publishing side for a while. Like, I don't know if his ambitions lean towards that though. I think he wants to be a Hollywood guy, but that might not be on the cards for a while. You know, like he kind of walked into a shit sandwich with the film universe. As far as Justice League goes, and yeah, he was a corporate guy trying to toe the line, but at the end of the day, he ended up taking a lot of shit for what happened. And even though he wasn't really in charge, he was just the middleman.
Didn't it all kick off when he didn't back up something Ray Fisher said? Isn't that what happened? He didn't back up something Ray Fisher said, and then that was it. Shit hit the fan for him.
Yeah, I think it was more along the lines of basically they brought Joss Whedon in to try and salvage this 4-hour unfinished movie and condense it into a 2-hour movie, and that pretty much cut out all of Cyborg's character development. And so Ray Fisher had concerned he's like, Jeff Johns is just like, look, this is your first movie, you know, you gotta play ball, sort of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
essentially humble pie, yeah.
Essentially like a boss would.
Yeah.
And I think there was also he had concerns about Ray Fisher had concerns about Cyborg's manhood, and like, does he have it or not? And Jeff was like, no, like he's cut in half. He's barely a man anymore. Yeah. That's the whole point. He's lost part of his identity to the machine, you know. And apparently that didn't gel with Ray Fisher. He didn't think the black community would take well to that. You know, so like his character being basically castrated off screen, sort of thing.
Well, probably should have fucking read up on the character before you signed up for the role, you fuckwit.
Yeah, well, I think Jeff Johns is the one who wanted Cyborg on the Justice League in the new 52 to begin with. He wanted the team more diverse and to have more representation for fair enough. And if there's one person who can implement it without it being tokenized or condescending to the audience, it's the guy with the encyclopedic knowledge of characters, who will make it seem genuine. But yeah, he kind of ate a shit sandwich there.
And now he's in the DC Sellers doing a fucking JSA book.
Yeah, well, Stargirl's the character he created. I think he based it on his sister, who died in a plane crash, I think.
Fair enough.
When he was, he used to be, I think he used to be Richard Donner's assistant, the director of Superman and the Lethal Weapon series.
Yep.
And he was working for him at the time that his sister passed away. And, the Stargirl character is a character he's got a lot of connection to because he created it specifically in honor of her, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think he minds writing a JSA book if it has that character in it. But he certainly is slumming it in the trenches right now.
Well, that's what I mean. It sounds like he's gone from the fucking penthouse to the shithouse in a way. Like it's like you had this guy here that, like you said, he's just got this encyclopedic knowledge of all these characters. He's basically given up, I suppose. He's been forced to give up, really, and he's just like, oh, well, I'll just go back and just do my thing, sort of thing. Where he's the type of guy that you need up in the CEO office with the Jim Lees and whatnot. So,
well, if you're not going to give him a lead position as a story developer in the film universe, give it to him on the publishing side because he will reorient that universe and essentially get it on track again. Because we talk about Batman 3 Jokers being a little mini series, but it was the best-selling book of the pandemic. When everyone was saying pencils down, tools down, we can't pay you to work. This guy was releasing a book that sold 300,000 copies. That's almost unheard of in today's
the modern era.
comics. Yeah.
It sounds like they're 90 sales, like 90 sales.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it was a great book.
It goes to show it's still there. There's still a market for it as long as you're producing good stuff, good quality stuff. Because that book was magnificent. Like, truly, it was good. And it wasn't just good because there was nothing out at the time. It was really fucking good. So if they can get their ducks in a row, they can get it all sorted, get blokes like Jeff Johns out of the cellars and back up in where he's supposed to be, I think that they can genuinely put up a decent fight and get DC back to where I think that they've always been, and that's in the number one spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Pull that up.
There's a black one, mate. Anyways,
all right.
Yeah, well, that's where that's at. So, it's going to be interesting to see. Like we said, we got you just had the Silvestri book come out, which has been received very well. Batman and Spawn next week. We'll find it. Well, you don't even need to find it. You just know that book's going to be fucking fantastic. But it'd be interesting to see whether they're going to continue to ride off of it, because I just hope that this isn't like this is a last hurrah. I hope it is like a resurgence here. Like, they do see that this is what happens when you get genuine, proper artists that give a shit about their craft on books and do the characters the way that they're supposed to be done. And by the looks of it, Silvestri coming in doing his own thing, it's proof that you can continue to do new things with characters that have been around since the fucking the 40s. You know what I mean? 40s and 50s, 30s, 40s and 50s. You can still do decent shit with these characters. So there's no excuses to have to, you know, push, you know, the SJW shit into it. You really don't. It's not a place for it. It's the reason it's all tanking. People are turning away from comic books because of all the silly shit that's in it. Take it back to what they are. You know what I mean? They're just stories about, you know, like awesome characters and, you know, awesome stories. So like they're just. It just shits me, man. Like if us, you know, two dickheads sitting in our rooms can see it, why the fuck can't people that, you know, see green all the time not see that this is the winning formula? It's fucking baffling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's just like, you know, some of these, like you think about how big like Time Warner Discovery as a company is. DC Comics is a relatively small part of that, so that they're allowed to do their thing relatively unnoticed until a hard-edged accountant who's looked at the books starts going, wait a second, this is costing us more to run than we're making, you know? And not only that, it's like all the characters are derivative characters now. They're not the original characters.
No, they're not. Like you've got Jonathan Kent running around as Superman. You've got, you know, all the different Batwomen, and you've got Lucius Fox's son running around as Batman. It's like no one knows who the fuck these people are. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Those sorts of things are okay for a gimmick, but the reality is, like, these characters have identities, and even people who aren't comic readers, like, usually know their identities through the pop culture sort of zeitgeist. They absorb it via fucking osmosis. Like, even if you've never read a Batman comic or seen a Batman movie, you know Batman's
Bruce Wayne is Batman. Yeah, Bruce Wayne is Batman. You see it walking down the street as well. You see random people buying their shirts from Target with the big yellow bat symbol on there. You go, what shirt is that? Like, oh, it's Batman. Who's Batman? Everyone knows. Oh, Bruce Wayne. Everyone fucking knows that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go. No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong. It's Lucius Fox's son. And they're gonna go, who the fuck is Lucius Fox? And who the fuck is his son? And it's like, I don't give a fuck. And they'll walk away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And and everyone knows who Clark Kent is. You know,
fucking
it's like
Superman. Everyone knows.
You see a tall bloke with dark hair and wide-rimmed glasses. You're like, oh, that dude's Clark Kent. You know, like,
it's Clark Kent. Yeah, it's a running joke. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So like,
remains to be seen, eh? It remains to be seen. Time will tell whether it's whether it all pans out or not. It looks like they're it all hinges on the movies. I think if the movies can take off, then it'll be reason enough to keep the ugly stepbrother around. The comic books is what they refer to. You know, it's what they see him as, just the ugly little fucking stepbrother to these.
The redheaded stepchild.
That's the redheaded stepchild of these. As long as the movies are doing well, and I think that's what they've kind of done here with James, by bringing James Gunn in to do the movies and that. I think that he has a direction, and you kind of push it in the right direction. Like I said, you need these movies to continue to do well. I know there's a lot of bullshit on the internet about Black Adam and all that crap, but the noise about it being really good outweighs the noise of it being really shit. So I think that they've done well with the Black Adam movie. Bringing Henry Cavill back as Superman is a great move. It really is. Getting Ben Affleck back as well, another great move. I heard today that they cancelled the Wonder Woman movie, which I think they cancelled that version of it, that movie that they had planned. I don't think that they've actually cancelled Wonder Woman. I think they've taken that back to the drawing board. Because you kind of look at there's, the Snyderverse is done, they say. I think the Snyderverse with Zack Snyder is done. but the actual Snyderverse vision isn't done. I think that they'll probably continue that story. We spoke about this today. You don't need to have Zack Snyder in to finish the Snyderverse, if you know what I mean. You can bring other guys in to kind of finish the vision.
They'll pick and choose their elements, I reckon. They'll pick and choose. It's like, people responded well to Ben Affleck's Batman. They responded well to Henry Cavill as Superman. Not necessarily how the character was written, but him as Superman, people like the idea of, and they like Gal Gadot, or Gadot as Wonder Woman. They like Jason Momoa as Aquaman. So those are 4 things right there that have stuck. So, I can't say the same about Amber Heard, but
Amber
I don't think she'll be sticking around. I think she'll be exercised from that second movie. I think some things stuck, and I think those things are positive. But I think that you're definitely going to see a reoriented, sort of more interconnected universe from DC. And I think with James Gunn, heading up the film division, that's essentially so old mate Zaslav doesn't get asked about it. It's like you're going to take care of this, and it's going to remove a headache from my mind.
Yeah,
I don't
James
have to
Gunn's
worry
the new
about
Kevin Feige. He's the front man. He's the Kevin Feige.
Well, he was before he got the ass from Marvel. He was meant to essentially head up the cosmic side of their universe.
Yeah.
And so they were going to split duties between him on all the cosmic stuff and Kevin Feige
doing the Earth stuff.
Yeah. And so all that obviously went out the window. And what we got was movies like Eternals and Shang-Chi and his 10 bracelets.
Yeah, a couple of nothing movies, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. I know, Shang-Chi was okay, but I'm probably never going to watch it again. As soon as I left the theater, it was gone from my mind. It's like,
it's okay. It was all right. Yeah.
To me, the perfect Shang-Chi movie already exists. It's called Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee.
Fair enough.
Shang-Chi is basically supposed to be Chinese James Bond, not a valet.
Yeah.
But most of Phase 4 has disappeared like a fart in the wind. Except for
definitely say that. Except for Spider-Man, really, it was the only thing. It was the first and only thing worth watching. After that,
exactly.
I think they missed the big hit on Doctor Strange. Like that was it was watchable, but there was so much shit there they could have done, and I just think they really dropped the fucking ball on that movie.
That movie, you could have had as much as I don't think cameos are good for constant cameos, good for story lines. It can sometimes go, okay, who are we showing now instead of what's actually developing in the narrative. But that movie was your opportunity for cameo-a-thon, basically.
The door was open to just go fucking mental, and it would have been believable. It was it would have been good fun.
Yeah, you could have had Tom Jane as the Punisher show up. You could have had, anything, any previous Marvel project. I even noticed they briefly went into an animated sort of sequence in that movie. It's you could have had Spider-Man from the '90s show up or some shit. It could have been truly the multiverse of madness, But instead it was the multiverse of blandness, basically.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It was. Yeah, it had the potential to do great things, but I just think they really shit the bed on that. Cutting Tom Cruise was supposed to be in it as well as Iron Man. Cutting that was stupid. Like, I don't know why they cut that. Like, fucking, I just really think that they dropped the ball on that. But to their credit, I did read an article the other day saying that they have acknowledged that they dropped the ball this time around, and they're going to go back to the drawing board and do a bit of, this and that. And personally, I think they're fucking around a little too much with the mutants. I think they need to get them in there and get them the fuck in there now. The Fantastic Four as well.
Yeah, and this crap about them coming up with a different name because X-Men is too exclusionary. It's like that's punk rock. That's your cool fucking title to bring people in. 100%. Everyone knows what X-Men is. Like, like I didn't mind the New Mutants book, the comic book back in the day. I thought it was okay, but no one knows what the hell that is. If you release anything other than a movie called X-Men, that's like subtitle, Age of Apocalypse or subtitle Dark Phoenix Saga.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you release anything other than the X-Men in front, you've dropped the ball as far as those characters go.
That's like having AC/DC play down the road from you at the stadium, but listing them as the Youngs. It's like, who the fuck are the Youngs? No one's going to watch the Youngs. But then you find out the next day that AC/DC just played at the stadium down the road. Well, why the fuck didn't I know? It's like, we told you the Youngs were there. Like, who the fuck are the Youngs? It's like different. It just makes no fucking sense at all. Like, it's just, I don't know why the fuck they've got to go and change shit all the time. That's what it's what shits me with Marvel. That's why I've got no fucking time for them that much anymore. I've just got no time for their shit. That's why I'm more leaning towards the DC stuff now, because like I said, it looks like they're putting up a fight over there, whereas Marvel are just like, She-Hulk and fucking, I'm not a fan of what they're doing over there, to be honest. I was watching that She-Hulk show. I was more immersed in it because, my missus doesn't really like the sort of stuff that I like, but she actually sat there and watched it. And I was like, I just enjoyed it because I was watching it with her. But I've rewatched it and I was like, Jesus, this was pretty fucking horrendous, And they did Matt Murdock dirty as well too. Like, I didn't like the way they represented Matt Murdock.
Yeah, I think he got away fairly lightly compared to the other men.
He came off as cool.
Yeah,
but it's like, no, this isn't a cool character. This is a character where, like, if he rocks up, you're face to face with, he's gonna fuck you up. You don't take shit. Like, this guy tangles with Wilson Fisk and the Punisher for fun. You know what I mean? Like, these are fucking dangerous lads, and it's like, I don't think he's not a comedic character. He's the devil of Hell's Kitchen, for fuck's sake.
I think they definitely had someone on set saying, you can't mess with this character too much, we're going to stop you if you try to make this character look like an idiot, basically. Yeah. So they got their one little joking about him doing the walk of shame or whatever it was. Like, men don't do the walk of shame. They call it the triumph. They call it the walk of shame for women because they're too drunk from the night before, and so they have to carry their heels, because they can't walk in them. And the mascara is all running. Like, with blokes, you can't tell where he's been. He could have been coming from his own house, you don't know where a bloke's been. But you do know usually when a woman's been on a night out and she hasn't quite made it home yet.
100%. So if I'm doing the walk of shame, I'm walking past people, I was going, yep, I was just up there last night. The noise coming from that fucking room right there. That was me. No such thing as a fucking walk of shame for a bloke.
It's like, I get they were trying to flip like gender stereotypes,
and that. All that sort of shit.
It didn't quite land, no. But they didn't do, like, I liked Daredevil and She-Hulk's little battle. It felt like a battle from the comic books, like where there's a misunderstanding at the start and then they go, "Oh, okay, we're on the same side." And like the way she took him out with the thunderclap was, I didn't mind it. I didn't like. I'm like, okay, that affected his auditory senses, threw him off a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she lifted it up and pulled his mask off, and he's like, "Oh, hi, Jen."
Yeah, how you going? Yeah. Yeah, look,
Yeah.
there were some aspects of the show I didn't mind. I just feel like it was a forced show. Like they were, it's like they had no fucking direction at all. Now Cecil done it. He covered it perfectly in his stream. He said it was just a big pile of shit. It was. It was just a big pile of shit. But it was sitting on top of something decent. Yeah, honestly, I liked the casting. I liked that Tatiana Malasano, whoever the fucking name is, and I liked the CGI for She-Hulk. She looked awesome. I even had my brother going, "Man, she looks hotter as green than she did as human." And I was like, "Well, that's the idea of She-Hulk. That's her. That's her thing. That's her thing."
She's supposed to be a sex bomb, like
100%.
That's kind of what the writers didn't understand about the character. It's like she's meant to be a wallflower, and she loves being She-Hulk. She loves it. And it's like she was a wallflower who no one noticed, and now she's the Amazonian supermodel. It's like, and she loves sort of like living off that and exploiting it, and she gets a thrill out of it. It's like released her inner confidence. That's essentially what the character's supposed to be. But they kind of flipped it, and where she almost looked down on being She-Hulk.
She resented it. Yeah.
Yeah. And this stupid man, he bled on me. What does he curse me with? And it's like you had a great opportunity there, which I think they dropped the ball on. Where Bruce could have made the decision to save her after their car accident by giving her a blood transfusion, like the comics, knowing it would probably turn her into like a Hulk monster, but it's the only way. It's the only way to save her life. Like she's critical. He has to make the decision there and then, and because here's one thing that bugged me about the show. They wrote away the Sokovia Accords in one line of dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they go, "Oh, yeah, by the way, that's been repealed." And it's like, wait, what? Like the Avengers fought like a war over this thing. They fought a war over it.
It broke up the Avengers. This shit broke up the Avengers.
They weren't together to defend Earth because of that. Like, and you just wrote it away in a line of dialogue, and it's like Bruce could have made a decision to save her life, knowing he would be in violation of the Sokovia Accords and would become a fugitive again because of what he'd done to save his cousin's life. But he's got to take that risk in order to save her. Instead of being a stupid man who, he bled on me. It's like he saves a life, and then she has to defend him when he goes on the run because he saved her. That would create a sort of sibling bond between them.
And there's your underlying plot for the show as well.
Yeah,
keeping Bruce out of prison.
Yeah, the overall plot is her trying to defend her cousin because he saved her life.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Instead
of you there. Yeah, sorry, go. Yep.
Oh no, actually, I think I've pretty much made my point.
No. I was going to say, there you go. From the very first episode, you have your plot all the way through. That show just, like Cecil said, it was a pile of shit because it had no direction. It had nothing. It was just you're sitting there at the end of every episode going, "Oh, is that it? Oh, all right. No worries. I'll tune in next week just because I have to." It's like nothing made you want to come back to it. What they did was smart. They showed a character that turned up in the last 2 episodes in the trailer.
Yeah, that was clever. That was clever marketing. That was really clever marketing.
Every single one of us were like, all right, what episode is he going to turn up in? what episode, and they made the second last fucking episode, and then the last one as well. And they even knew it as well. They fucking knew it as well because that show was a troll, and they were like, "Oh, and bring Daredevil back for the last 10 minutes."
Yeah, and he just shows up.
And he just shows up. It was a fucking troll. They're like, "We know why you're here. This is why you're here." They knew it straight up.
I think there was a couple of things that show like accidentally got right, like how the robotic Kevin AI creates assembly line entertainment and calls it the best entertainment on earth. Like, but I don't think the writers intended it to make that metaphor where it was a robot essentially creating formulaic entertainment. I think they just meant it to be a cute thing, almost like they didn't how they didn't intend John Walker to be seen as a decent guy in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know,
like they were like, "Oh, we're all supposed to hate him." It's like, no, we don't. We resonate with this motherfucker. Like, he done exactly what I would have done as well. I would have taken that fucker's head off as well.
He's just a bloke who's trying to live up to a legacy he's not really qualified for,
and he knows
but he's doing his best.
Yeah,
and he makes some stupid split-second decisions that cost him, basically. You know, but you know, he wasn't a bad guy. He was just a dude trying to live up to a legacy that wasn't his. You know.
Nah. Well, that's the thing. I think they've casted very well, and I am looking forward to seeing She-Hulk in future projects and John Walker as well in the Thunderbolts. I'm looking forward to seeing him come back. I just think that they kind of dropped the ball a little bit with these TV shows. The only one I kind of really liked was the Hawkeye one. I liked Hawkeye. Hawkeye was good, but what's our first movie? What's our first cab off the rank for next year? It's the Guardians, isn't it?
Yeah, was it May? Is it May?
I think so. Yeah, May.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then I don't know what else they've got coming after that. I think next year's the year of DC, to be honest. They've got lots of shit coming out next year, but it'll be interesting to see where they go Phase 5. And is Deadpool next year or the year after?
Oh, I don't know. They want to get that movie out as quick as possible, I think, because
they want to get Hugh behind that camera ASAP.
Yeah, not only is he getting older, he's probably losing the desire to work out more and more as the years go by. But also, they really need to revitalize this brand like ASAP, like fucking
they do
because it's still profitable, but it's no longer being spoken about. It's like, did you see Black Panther? Maybe I'll watch it. Yeah,
I'll wait for it to come out on Disney Plus. Same thing with Thor as well. They did the same thing with Thor: Love and Thunder as well. Just wait for it to come out on Disney Plus.
I had no desire to see that movie, but I ended up seeing it like the first day it came out, and I was like, yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Like in terms of how they treated the whole Jane becoming worthy thing. I'm like, okay, it's pretty cool that Thor put an enchantment on the hammer without realizing it. Like that was kind of cool. That was one of the few things that movie did correctly, I thought.
I think it's the only thing she did that movie did correctly was get Jane the way she becomes Thor, and she honestly was. Apart from Christian Bale as Gore, that way he was menacing, he was good. I think he saved that movie. But I think Jane Foster was the best character in the movie, apart from Gore. To be honest, I think she was mad. When the shit hit when shit was going down, she was the only one every time that was like, all right, the battle's on, no more fucking around. The other guys are making jokes and taking the piss during battle scenes. It's like, nah, this is fucking
there was a couple of cringy dialogue, you know, but overall, I think her character was okay. I didn't mind her, and I liked how when she's with Thor, like you can still see there's like a affection between them. Like there's and there's kind of a mutual respect, and Thor's almost kind of happy that she's got Mjolnir, like protecting her. He's not like resentful or anything like that.
No, 100%.
Yeah. So I kind of still like the dynamic between them, but everything else around it, other than Christian Bale like trying his ass off in a nothing part.
Movie,
yeah, like the one guy who tries to show up and save the fucking day with nothing to work with. You know what I mean? Like what was that guy's plan? Like what was his plan? Like steal some kids or something? Like, you know, yeah. It was like obviously you find out he was trying to get his daughter back the whole time, but you know, some of his decisions don't make sense. But he was trying his ass off to make that character work.
I'm just going to call it what it was. It was a shit movie. It was a shit movie.
Yeah,
for
like
the character at hand for Thor, I think it was a genuinely shit movie, and I think Ragnarok kind of set the precedent for it as well. For a shit movie, yeah, I think they've dropped the ball on that character something fierce.
Well, they've got to stop making him into a clown, essentially.
Yeah,
you know?
He's a fucking god. Like he's a god.
Yeah.
He's not a clown.
Like, take your cue from God of War, how serious that treats the mythology. You know.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the aesthetics, you know, keep him like Marvel Thor.
Yeah, keep him desirable, yeah.
Yeah, but just in terms of how serious it treats elements of the mythology, you know? Like one part of the Loki show I actually liked, even though I didn't really like that show overall. Was the part where, even though it was an overplayed joke, Loki getting kicked in the balls by Sif after he cut off her hair.
Yeah,
like,
that ties back into the actual mythology, Norse mythology.
Yeah, exactly.
He did that shit. He did that to get piss floor off. He cut her lovely hair off. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like. I liked how they tied that little bit in. Like, that's the one bit of amusement I got from that show, other than Richard E. Grant as old Loki.
The actual Loki, yeah.
Yeah, creating the illusion of Asgard. Like, that was pretty cool. Like, yeah. But
that was the it's not a spoiler because it's been out long enough. That's the Loki that made the escape in Endgame, right?
Yeah,
the one that picked up the Tesseract and fucked off in Endgame.
It's heavily. It's apparently they're positing that it is the main character in that show is the Loki that took the Tesseract
and fucked off.
Old Loki is presumed to be the one we thought died in Endgame.
The one that thingy crushed his throat.
Yeah, and apparently he said he created an illusion so powerful that it even fooled the Mad Titan. So apparently he waited on a planet for a couple of 100 years after that, and then wanted to see his brother again. So the moment he stepped off the planet, the time variance people came for him.
You're going there, buddy.
Yeah, your history says you're dead. So that's yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, like I said, there's elements there, and at the end of the day, we're just a channel expressing our own personal opinions. But you know, like I said, it's just that's all it is. It's junk food. You know, it's just junk food.
Exactly. It is junk food. Like, if you want to watch real movies, like go watch movies like Jaws. You know.
Yeah.
And a lot of movies from the 70s. You know, that's real cinema with actual adults having adult conversations with adult themed scenarios of high end sort of concepts. But this stuff, Scorsese was right. It's a theme park. It's a roller
100%.
coaster.
100%.
Yeah.
It's a very small little fucking little drop in a big pond. But that's what gets the most gives me the shits. It's like it's this really small niche media that people like, mainly children, comic books. I don't know why. I always come back to this this topic because it shits me. I hate it. I don't understand where people get the need or the right to think that they can push their their adult political and social fucking agendas in it. It's like if you want to do it, go do it where it matters. Go do a big Hollywood movie or write the American or the Australian novel or something about it. Get it out to more people. Because you're just kind of entering a community. It's like a small community, and you're really fucking ruining it for the people that like it. Because those people clearly see it as a means to push their shit. Whereas, like to people like us, it's like like look behind me, you can see that we're clearly invested in the shit. You know what I mean? Like, don't ruin it. Why you got to come and ruin it?
Yeah, it's the case in point, The Witcher. You had people who came on. They didn't want to tell a Witcher story. They wanted to tell their own story, and they wanted to use the Witcher name as a way to tell their story. But there was one guy on that production who wanted to tell the Witcher story. He wanted
he's
to
no longer
adapt.
there now too.
He's no
longer there.
Exactly.
He's no longer there.
Because he was forced out. And that's what happens when that's what we're seeing happening when people with integrity who want to create the best thing possible and essentially live and die by their work pushed to the side or branded difficult. But I think we are seeing an end to those times because if DC gets its ducks in a row, like you said, and I think they will with James Gunn in charge. He tweeted out a very interesting tweet the other day. It was a panel shot from Kingdom Come. Which is all that Superman. Yeah, Superman over the table with the Justice League in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Old man Batman off to the side, and it just said planning.
Planning, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, this guy, like, he's gonna, no matter what he produces, he's gonna produce something interesting, and that will force the competition to produce something
up their
interesting
shit to up their ante,
in response. Yeah, so if one side's healthy, the other side must be healthy as well, and
100%.
that's what's hopefully what happens.
Goes back to that symbiotic relationship we were talking about earlier. If one's doing fine,
Exactly.
the other one's usually doing fine too, riding off the coattails.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say something. I lost me train of thought. There was something I was going to off the back of something you just said, but I lost it.
You must be getting ready to go soon anyway.
I'm just waiting on a message. I'm just waiting on a message from the missus. She's at a Christmas party now, so yeah, I'm just waiting. She's having fun. Just leave me alone. What we'll do is, but I do want to start adding like little segments to these shows so people have got something to come back and expect. But fuck, my back's sore. Jesus Christ, I hate this chair. I need a new chair. Man.
Yeah.
So I want to add a segment. It's kind of to close out the show. I kind of want to do like a fucking. It's like I was thinking about it today, and a rapid fire, right? So we'll finish the show. People get to know a little bit more about us, and these rapid fires could turn into an hour's worth of conversation. So rapid fire. I thought about it. I've got 5 questions to ask you. Try and answer them as quick as you can. So there's no thought. So this is, like I said, rapid fire. The first question
thing comes to mind.
Pretty much, because that's how you know it's a pure answer. Right? I'll give you 10 seconds to answer. Don't take any longer. First question, nice and easy. What's your favourite movie? It's not just a comic show, this is a pop culture show. What's your favourite movie of all time?
I was thinking about this today, and when I got home.
Highlander, right. Fair
That's
enough.
a 4K.
That's unopened.
Yeah, I've got an open copy on the shelf over here.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
There it is.
So I got the 4K special edition. I still haven't opened it yet, but yeah.
Fair enough. Well, there you go. Fucking Highlander. Good movie. Number 2. Favorite song, band, or artist? If you can't nail it down, song, band, or artist. Pick one.
Oh, I have to go AC/DC.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, that new album, I've been listening. My most listened to song. It wasn't my favorite song in the beginning, but it is now. Through the Mist of Time. I love that
How
song.
fucking good is that song? How good is that
song?
That
is a great fucking song.
I talk to my brothers about it all the time. That album, when that came out, if that song was the last song on the album, you would have been worried. You would have been like, that's a fucking sign-off. That's what that is. That's a fucking them going,
it feels like a sign-off, doesn't
it? It does, but it's song number 4 on the album, or number 3, so I'm like, yeah, no, they've just thrown that in there. Because if that was the last song on the album, man, I would have gone. I probably would have started crying, going, "Fuck, that's it, it's over."
Yeah,
that's what that is. That's them signing off. And then they've released the film clip as well, where they're going through in the early days, and they're going through the museum, and then they get to them on the stage, and then they're playing the song, and then it pans up, and there's that fucking Da Vinci style of all the band members. I'm going, if that's the last thing you saw, but you just go, they're done. It's over. It's like it's fucking over. That's it. They're done. And you fucking bawl your eyes out. You go, no, this is it. We're not getting another thing. That's it. It's over.
My favourite part of that clip is when it goes into the room with the TVs and fucking
and
Malcolm's
all
on
the
the
film
TV.
Clips. Yeah, all the film clips and that. Malcolm's there.
Yeah.
It's just
fucking
such a very well put together film clip. I will say the rest of the film clips on that album were a bit. I was like, that's a bit how you going, but that from start to finish, oh man, it's just being an AC/DC fan. You know, watching that film clip the first time, I had a ball in the back of my throat about this fucking big, and I had a fucking big fucking well of tears sitting in my back of my head. I'm like, oh, look at the no, look at this shit. This
I got something in my eye.
And then when they pan up at the end and there's Bon Scott there and Malcolm, I'm just like, oh fuck, oh no, you can't do this, you can't. All right. Anyway, so there you go, AC/DC. That's a fucking good one. All right, now this is a bit more of a different question, right? Back on the comics. All right, if you can take one actor or actress from any period of time, you know, any time of their career, and cast them in today in a movie as a comic character, who would it be, and what character would you cast them as?
Charles Bronson as Wolverine.
Charles Bronson, what, from Death Wish or?
Not from Death Wish. He did a movie, I think, a year before Death Wish called Hard Times. He was about 50 years old in that, but he was cut to the fucking nines. Like it was basically a bare knuckle boxing movie, and he was a bare knuckle boxer who drifted from town to town, taking up fights essentially. And like he looks like Wolverine. Like if you were to look up Hard Times on Google now with Charles Bronson and pull up a screenshot of him from that movie, that is basically Hugh Jackman from the cage fight in the first X-Men movie, except with a harder face. Like this guy looks like he's been
Hard Times.
Yeah, Hard Times. I think it's 1975. I could be wrong. Charles Bronson.
70. You got it right, 75.
Yeah.
Share the image so people can see. Yeah, I feel you. I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, it sucks. It takes you directly to the IMDb page, but yeah.
Yeah, no,
They,
I get you. I feel you.
yeah, he looks like a rough as guts bloke to me. Like, yeah, and like you take Charles Bronson from Once Upon a Time in the West, which was like about 10 years earlier, or the Dirty Dozen. Like,
Oh yeah, I see. That's a better image. I see now.
yeah, yeah, like uh, like he was Wolverine. He looked like Wolverine in his younger days to me.
And he's a small
Yeah.
fella too, isn't he? He's a smaller
Yeah,
fella, isn't
yeah,
he?
yeah. He's a stocky little bloke. Yeah,
No, fair enough. I see. Okay. Yeah, I get you.
yeah.
I get you. All right. Okay. So that's a good one. That's good. That's different. This one might take you a little bit longer to answer. Your top 5 character dream team. Comic characters. Top 5.
Shit.
Assemble a team of 5.
To me, it doesn't go past the fucking. I'd probably go for the main lineup for the '90s X-Men.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
have I'd have your Wolverine, your Cyclops, your fucking I don't know. I'd put Beast in there. I'd put Gambit, and I'd probably put Storm or something like that. Like
Shit, so that's a dream team. That's you assemble 5 heroes. That's it. That's who you assemble it across all
definitely.
all media. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like I could pull from random sources and that, but to me, like I just like know their interpersonal dynamics so well. Like I could go for someone like the new Fantastic Four route where they had Wolverine, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, and the Hulk. Yeah, and it's like to me that doesn't really work.
No.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like those X-Men characters work so well together. Like I'd just take my your core 5, your most popular characters in the '90s of the X-Men, and just put them on a team together. I think the holy trinity of that, like 5, would be Wolverine, Cyclops, and Beast. It's kind of like Kirk, Spock, and McCoy on Star Trek.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, you got a rough as guts bloke. You got the stern leader, and you got the kind of pacifist who usually takes the logical route. Yeah. And then you throw in Storm as a powerhouse, who's basically a goddess, and Gambit as another bloke who doesn't necessarily like having the rogue title taken away from him. Boy, yeah.
No, fair enough. All right. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little disappointed. I expected you to put together this awesome team. But you've let me down something fierce, mate. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite disappointed. I was expecting you to go like Superman and then this and that.
Well, that's where my mind went first. With all these characters.
This is a rapid fire one.
If I had more time, I'd probably think about something cooler. But yeah.
No, fair enough. That's cool. I respect it. Okay, last one. This is the last question. They say that, when you die, your life flashes before your eyes, right? And you see all the shit unfold. When this is happening to you, Luke, what is the soundtrack to your life? What song do you think we're playing when this shit's all flashing through your head? What's the song?
I've got big balls. He's got big balls.
Big balls by AC/DC. I fucking like that. That's very good.
It'd probably be like tub thumping or something by Chumbawamba.
I like that's a better answer. I do like that.
Yeah.
That is fucking great. That's really good. That's fucking great. I like that. So, favorite movie is Highlander. Favorite band's AC/DC. Actor or actress you could bring from any generation or time to put in a movie today was Charles Bronson as Wolverine. I like that. I respect that. Your top 5 dream team: Wolverine, Cyclops, Beast, Gambit, and Storm. The more I look at it, the more I like it. It's not bad. It's OG. I like it. And the soundtrack of your life is Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba. I fucking like that. I like that. And then the blue VF Commodore will come pick you up and drive you to the pearly gates while you're throwing up in the fucker,
Hanging out the door, getting it in the door trim.
Yeah, you weak bastard. I'm still pulling chunks out of my car from under the seat. Good times. Well, I'm just gonna finish off with mine as well. My rapid fires. I had time to think about these, so it's pretty easy for me. My favorite movie is Braveheart. I still to this day think that's the greatest movie ever made. It's fucking amazing. I was tossing up between that and the poster I got in the background here as well. Jaws. I don't know. But I always find myself leaning towards Braveheart. It's to me, it's the greatest movie ever made, and that will lead into one of my next answers. But my favorite song, band, or artist is the Foo Fighters. I can't go past them. It's like I always say, people always try to call me out on it because I'm a massive AC/DC fan as well. They'll go, "What's your favorite band?" And I'll go, "Foo Fighters." And then someone will go, "What's the best band of all time?" And I'll go, "Yeah, there you go, you got the sticker. The Foo Fighters." And they'll go, "What's the best band of all time?" And I'll go, AC/DC. And they go, "No, you said Foo Fighters." I said, "No, Foo Fighters are my favorite band. AC/DC is the best band of all time." You know,
you gotta have even Dave Grohl would say that.
100%.
Yeah.
So favorite band is the Foo Fighters with AC/DC, Metallica, and Stone Sour in close second spot. Actor or actress I'd pull from any time period to put into a role today. I'm going to cheat. I've got 2. I can't split them. One is Mel Gibson from the We Were Soldiers days. Straight up, put him in Wolverine. I think he'd fucking kill it. Absolutely. 2, this is a left fielder. We've spoken about this before. He'd done an absolutely fantastic job in Batman 89 as the Joker. But I think if you take Jack Nicholson from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and you put him in the Wolverine outfit, I think he'd do a fucking great job as well. I think he'd be a good Wolverine. They're 2 characters that can be cool, calm, and collected. They're cool, calm, and collected, but when the shit hits the fan, them 2 blokes can just fucking turn it on and just turn savage. And I've seen it in movies before where they just fucking lose it. And I think that's the essence of Wolverine right there. Just a guy that he's just sitting there, and then the next thing you know, he's ripping your fucking throat out. And that's what I want to see. Like, props to Hugh Jackman and all that. He gave us a new version of Wolverine, the one that everyone loves. But I want this stinking little fucking 5 foot fucking nothing that's just looking at you. He's just that bloke that's sitting up at the side of the bar, just eyeing you off all night, and you're sitting there going, "What the fuck's wrong with this guy?" You go and approach him, and it's the last thing you do for the night. He's looking for a fight. He's looking to fuck people up. You know, that's. And I think that Mel Gibson and Jack Nicholson could handle that role very well. I think that they could most definitely do it really well.
Yeah, but both mad bastards, eh?
Just cut snakes, just cutthroats, and I fucking love it. The eyes as well. They've got the eyes for it. I've always noticed when they lose their shit, the fucking eyes just go round and they go, and like you can just see, oh shit. Like you've seen it in Braveheart and like, you know, in some of those movies where he just fucking loses it. Mel Gibson, perfect, and Jack Nicholson can do it too. Like, you know, Jack Torrance was essentially the Wolverine, really. At the end there, just bloodlust. I'm gonna fucking kill everybody. But then I cheated. I did cheat, and I chose 2, but I couldn't choose 2. But I think they would be perfect.
you can imagine him hunting Sabretooth when he was stalking Wendy through that and Danny through that maze, eh?
Yeah, 100%. Just claws, yeah, crunch that arm and I fucking find you when I do. Like, it's on. But yeah, that. I cheated there. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it, but I just felt like I had to get them two out there. My top 5 character dream team across comics is very scattered. I think you can see that I'm a big fan of, like, you know, through my character cult, that I'm a big fan of the supernatural and all that shit. So my top 5 dream team is, I can't go past the my favorite comic character of all time, Batman, definitely leading the team. Then I've got Spawn, Batman. I've got Spawn, and I've got the Ghost Rider. I've got Punisher because I love the Punisher, and I'm going to round it out with a weird one this motherfucker gets no credit at all because he's not one of the, he's not part of the big two or even Image Comics or anything like that. But I fucking love this character. I love all 3 of the movies he's done, and although I'm not usually a fan of the sort of art that his book comes from, I think Mike Mignola done such a really good job with this character.
Oh.
And my last character is Hellboy. I fucking love Hellboy. So, yeah, Hellboy rounds out my team of 5. I just think that Hellboy doesn't get enough love. I think people forget that it's a comic book character. But, he's an OG Dark Horse and just does not get enough love. And we love Ron Perlman, but you motherfuckers need to start giving some love to David Harbour as well. That is a great movie, man. That is such a good movie, and I really want a second one.
Yeah, he said he's sworn off franchise films because of that movie.
Well, honestly, man, I love it. I thought it was fucking great. Even the end credit scene with Lobster Johnson, that just...
Oh, Lobster Johnson!
And then the end credit scene with Lobster Johnson, I was just like, dude, why did this movie cop so much shit? It was fucking great. It was fantastic. I don't know why it copped so much shit.
It was entertaining, yeah.
It was fantastic. It was just a complete step in the opposite direction of Guillermo del Toro's and Ron Perlman's take on it. I mean, personally, my character cult, a lot of his identity is basically stolen from the second movie, The Golden Army. You know how the glasses and they can see the upside down world? Like, that's cult's power, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Like
the Fae, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Fae. That's it. Yeah, the Fae. Yeah, we call it. At Slate Comics, we call it the ethereal or something like that. Whatever the fuck Nathan calls it, I don't know. I just call it like the upside down because that's what it is to me. It's the upside down. Yeah. It's the world that lives inside our world that we don't fucking see. So that's what I call it. But yeah, fucking Hellboy. We love Ron Perlman and all that. We love that. But give David Harbour's Hellboy some fucking love because it deserves it. It's a great movie. Fantastic. Right up my alley. I love the whole bringing King Arthur into it because I think that's probably one of the greatest stories ever told. You know, the story of King Arthur and Merlin and all that. Just fucking great.
I love the fact that he's a descendant of King Arthur. That's fucking insane. Like,
I love that too. I think it's great. Yeah. Fucking Hellboy. Yeah. Hellboy is give it some love.
The one true king. You know,
one true king. I love that. So that's my team: Batman, the Ghost Rider, Spawn, Punisher, and Hellboy. Yeah, give props to Spider-Man and Thor and Daredevil and all that. But that's my team there. And when you die, they say that life flashes before your eyes. There's only one song I can think of, and Luke, I don't think you'd disagree with it. And I told my fiance that when I die, don't play it at my funeral because my parents will probably be there and all that shit. You know, I'm a fat fucker.
No. Don't play it. Highway to hell.
No. I want that played at my funeral because that's exactly where I'm fucking going. But I want Hell's Bells to play too when people are coming in. And Highway to Hell and people are fucking off. No, this song will be I want my missus to remember me by this song. And I wish we couldn't get struck by YouTube for playing stuff like this. I should have checked first, but I'd love to end the show on this song because it pretty much sums me and Luke up to a T. The song that would probably play while my life is flashing before my eyes is by a man called Dennis Leary, and the song is called Arsehole. That'd be the song playing while I'm living my last name. I think a lot of people that know me will probably be like, yeah, that's fair because you're a fucking asshole. So, look, that's it. That's the end of the show. I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm sure the missus will probably message me soon. So,
Hey, you know, he stole that routine from Louis C.K. Dennis Leary.
no, I didn't know that. No, don't
Yeah.
ruin arsehole for me, bro. Don't ruin that. Don't ruin that.
So Dennis Leary really is an arsehole.
Yeah, he is. He's a fucking arsehole. That's me too. I'm an arsehole. That's what I do. I'm just an arsehole.
Yeah.
Oh well, fuck, Luke. Thanks for thanks for watching. Not for watching. I was about to put a banner up that says thanks for watching. Thanks for coming on again. It was always fun doing this shit with you. I think we, like I said, I told everyone off the top it wasn't going to be a fucking structured thing. It's just us having a bit of fun. Luke, is there anything you want to let anyone know at the moment? Are you working on anything behind the scenes? Are you got anything cooking? Anything you want to show off to people?
The only thing I've got is these Batman things that I haven't worked on for about a year.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, the big how many pieces is that? That's going to be 5 pieces, isn't it?
Yeah, it's meant to be 5, but I just haven't touched it.
Yeah, and that's based off of all the Tim Burton stuff, The Tim Burton Batman,
Yeah, I was honestly thinking about starting. I've got just to my left. I've got a blank drawing board, and I'm thinking of starting a concept cover for.
Don't say it. Don't you fucking. I was going to say
a certain indie character.
Don't you fucking say it.
I'm going to call him. Oh, Mexican Venom.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to say that. So yeah, look, I've been talking with Luke about next year Slate Comics is we're gonna come out. We're gonna fucking throw a few books out there. Like I said before, the Celestial Knight 2 is under production. I'm planning on having a couple of cult books out next year. We've got another in-house book that's being done at the moment. We're hoping to have a few sequels of that as well. And you can call this a bit of an expansion a bit early, but Luke, I'm in talks with Luke about doing a Grimmel book. We've got to hash that out and get that sorted. And so that'll be Luke's character that he'll be working on. And I'm trying to get him to come up with his own character to bring over to Slate Comics. But we'll see how Grimmel goes first and if he's keen and whatnot. But yeah, that's what Luke's going to be doing next year.
Yeah, time to start getting back to the old drawing table. It's been a bit neglected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, well, that's awesome. So there you go. Luke's working on some shit for us. We're all doing some good shit. Luke, thank you very much for coming in. It was a good time. We'll be back again soon, hopefully, whenever we feel like it. We say we're going to be back next week or the week after, and then we just go missing for months. Probably a side effect of all the alcohol we drink. I think that we lose track of time, and
On the plus side, I didn't shit on women this time too much.
Yeah, well, you keep mentioning topic, and it's exactly the same as shitting on them. So yeah, good on you, mate. All right, well, I'm going to end this. I'm going to play a couple of videos for people. I'm going to work it out.
I got to come up with some new intros.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, actually. We got some old ones, so I'm going to put Luke to... Luke makes these videos, so as you can tell, because he's the fucking star in all of them. I'm going to... He's the star in all these promo videos, so we'll do a bit of... some stuff over the Christmas break, which is coming up in the next week or two, and we'll get some new content for you guys. We'll draw from some of this stuff, some of the best ofs, and I'm going to be back doing videos more often than not, probably once or twice a week, probably around just talking a bit of shit about what happens during the week and whatnot. But yeah, Luke, thanks again. That's the second YouTube Unhinged, done and dusted. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks for having me, Sloan.
Oh, yeah. No worries, mate. Good to see Zardos made a fucking appearance. Good job, mate.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers.
Well,
See ya.
see you later, mate. Have a good one. I'm going to flick you and I'm going to flick me. I'm going to play some videos for the people and then we're going to have a good night. See you, mate.
See ya.
See you later, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Me and Luke are at each other's throats at the moment, so I just can't do this shit anymore. Simple as that.
Are you there, Jack?
I can hear you, mate. Yeah, you've had way too many, haven't you? Oh Jesus! Look at you, you wanker.
The last 5 minutes of his live stream.
Nothing is over.
Jack
Nothing.
trying to throw up.
My fucking arm.
It's a pleasure doing these with you, and I hope we can continue. And yeah, I look forward to next year.
For every mystery, someone somewhere knows the truth.
We'll be back with you after this short news break.